Welcome back. It is your boy Ray Sabat from your host of the Avid Agency. He's in the files. Today we're going to be doing nickel box number 6. So we found a couple war nickels and the buffalo nickel last time. And yeah, can't wait to go continue doing this. Okay. Let's hope we don't get any new ones. Hello, viewer. That nickel looks a little bit sus. Let's go. Hello, viewers. No, it's not. I got tricked. Oh shit! There's a lot of 17 Denvers in here. Westy. Westy. nasty. Western. No Western. Western. Damn it, there's so many Western. We've lost 17 Denver nickels just straight about. You could probably see them. They're like really shiny. I don't know if we're going to find that much interesting stuff in this one. Western. There's low 9, Denver. Damn it. So many 2017 Denvers. Westy. Western. Western. Esmond. Western. 10 rolls down. Western. 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 Ah! So many new ones. Westy. Oh, hey. Oh, no, not you. You're not special. Hold on. So, I picked up my mic. Oh, look. I'm like, and I picked this one up on accident. Sorry, man. I have to do this meme. Sorry, man. You're not special. No, you're special. Right here. Look, it's a 1945 War nickel. I like hoarding war nickels. I like hoarding nickels. There we go. We got a war nickel right up there. 1945 Goody. That poor nickel, like, oh, you're not special. Tosses it immediately and rejects it. Hey, you know what? At least you're going to have a lot more friends down there than up here. Western. No. Oh. Get rid of the little guy. Alright, 20 rolls in. Got a war nickel. And an 09. Ooh. Look, it's 1939. It's the second year of 39 Philly. Here's the second year of Jefferson nickel. Oh, and here's an S mint. Listen. Interesting. Western. Western. Westy. Westy. Western. A small Denver mint mark on that nickel. .42s. 1942s, you gotta watch out for those because they can and cannot be war nickels sometimes. Some 1942s are war nickels, while some are not. Cent. Nothing. Western. Hi, the agency. How's it going? In this, we got war nickel, silver. Composition of 35%. Silver, 9%. Manganese, and the rest copper. Western. Happy having a good day? Western. Uh-oh. Well, give me a... Nice find. I have a few in my collection, but not common find here in England. You got war nickels in England? Interesting. The fact you're able to find them over the pond is pretty interesting to me. What? Do people like war nickels over by in your part? Give me a second. I'm cleaning something out. I'll read your comment in a second if you're commenting. Yeah, they're not going to be common because that's American coinage. I wonder how common American coinage is over the pond. In America, we have a lot of money from Canada and a little bit from Mexico. There's Esmond. Oh, sir. You're from the UK. Well, my friend, I have something to show you. If you are from the UK, a familiar face, familiar coin. If I can find it. Oh, hey, look what I found earlier. I can't find my... Can't find my UK pennies. But look what I found. It appears some of your stuff makes it over to my country and my stuff. We sometimes find U.S. and Canadian dimes and quarters in our 5p. Nice, I love it. Look how cute it is. It's one of your guys. Oops. It's one of your guys' 1 cent pieces. This, by the way, is smaller than a U.S. dime. For example, here's our silver. Here's one of our silver dimes. It's 1957. Look at that. Much smaller than a dime. And they're also magnetic. We don't get magnetic currency here. But it's so cute. How heavy is it? 2.3 grams. It weighs almost as much as a penny. This has to be pretty dense. I know, like, on the back of these ones, they have different designs for, like, other countries. I don't know what this one's for. I've seen the Irish 1 cent piece. Yeah, they have all this symbol on the end. Europe is a very diverse country for coinage. I mean, Europe is like the very first area where coinage originated, down in I think like Latvia. Excuse me. Copper-plated steel in the France. Because I know the one side looks the same for all of them, but then they all have different like reverses. I'm gonna think that's a reverse. Like Ireland has its own reverse. Like the ire, right? France, all that stuff. Western. So these, hey, do you have any of these guys? Have any of these? I love them. Those are wheat pennies. They're old. The oldest one, or the youngest one's coming from 1958. Oh, that's an estimate, not a war nickel, though. Oops. I have some Wheaties, and I have a few Indian head cents. Ooh, yeah, I will say, by the way, if you're wondering how rare Indian head cents are, if you're looking for them in circulation, they're very hard to come by. This is all the Indian head pennies I found this year. I've searched more than about, how many boxes have I searched? How many pennies have I searched this year? Let me see. I can get you almost an exact number. Give me a second. I just want to get you a representation. This year, I have searched 527,025 pennies. Oh my God. 527. I've searched $5,270 of pennies, and this is all the Indian head cents that came out of that. 10 of them. Hello. Of all $5,000, for every like $500, one of these drops. So 1 in 50,000. Actually, no. I'm wrong. Actually, there's 11 of them. What is 5,270 divided by 11? 1 in 400. 1 in 47,900. That's the rarity of a modern day Indian head cent. One. Oh, no. That's, you see, it was, you had to move it to decimal places, which is why that number was different than the one I read out. That's 1 in 47,000, which is pretty rare. For reference, divided by 11, divided by 2,500. That means 1 in every 20 penny boxes. And each penny box is $25. So let's just say roughly 1 out of every 1 out of every $500. So 1 out of every, there's a word. Let's see. So 1 out of every 50. Let's see. 1 out of every 50,000 or so pennies. That's insane. They're not extremely valuable. You'll only get about $3 for them on average. Decent for a penny, but there's just not a high quantity of them. Not anymore. Most have been lost or hoarded. Some still circulate. There's 2 Westerns. S-Mint. My fault. Nope, no problem. Just a minor math error. No big deal. Hopefully we can find one more war nickel, or maybe even a buffalo. Yeah. In terms of like European money, we don't get too much of it. We don't get too much of it. We do get kind of a couple pieces. I've never found, I don't think I think, there's my seat. I recently did a 205, 5 pence, is that right? 5 pence coin hunt, 4,000 coins. I found 2 USA Rosie dimes and a Canadian. Wait, Roosevelt dimes? Oh, I'm about to say, ooh, Roosevelt, whatever. Let's see. By the way, if you don't know this, so yeah, of course, this is our Roosevelt dime, struck 1945 and actually today. So you really are not going to find that much on these, but listen to this. A 1964 and before, all coins or all dimes, 1964 and anything before that, are silver, and they're actually worth like $2.50 on average. That's in my check. They're actually worth like 25 times their denomination in silver. Those ones you keep. Estimate. If you go before 1945, you'll get the Mercury head dime. That's also another estimate, by the way. The Mercury head dime was struck in like 1916? 1925? So was I right there? Was that 5 pence? Because I know, like, oh, look, there's a 39. There's the second year of the nickel right there, just chilling out in my nest. I will say, in general circulation with the war nickels, this is Westie, by the way. Another Westie. We don't see war nickels that much in circulation. I remember going through my grandma's coins, and I found my first one, which is a 43 Philly. Like, one of the most common ones. Currently, I have my hands on about 30. But yeah, 5 pence. Yep, I'm right. Because, if I'm not wrong, British currency, just like American currency, has the decimal system. Although, I'm pretty sure, and yes, you might be saying, oh my gosh, congratulations, you actually know better, our currency better than most Americans. I'm pretty sure, what was it, like 20 pence equals a pound? I know it's not, I don't think it's 100 pence. Interesting. But I also know that the UK used to use 1 cent pieces. Like I have an 1890s 1 cent piece. Aww. Western. Another Western. Or was I confusing sterling? I know there's another currency called sterling. I've also been well aware of the $0 euro, or the €0, which rolls off the tongue, by the way. I know there's a dolphin one that you'd go and you'd put your money in these machines. They'd print €0, but then one of the ones that the ones that printed dolphins, the dolphin one for the €0 they were destroyed, and now the €0 with the dolphins on them. People love them and they're valuable. That's what I've heard. Sorry for mumbling, by the way. That is a problem with me. Center roll to go. Yeah, these nickel box hunts go faster. There's the Western. Yes, while decimizing in 1971, the old shilling became £5 was 20 to the pound. How do I remember this? I can remember that over over stuff for my tests. How? That is not useful to me. I'll barely ever go to the UK, but I know that. That's just me. That is literally just me. Oh, there's a 46th. Old one. Not that valuable, though. The Western. Every time I say Western, I'm picking out a Western Journey nickel. So let's see if I can find one of every single variety. Here's one. Let's see. I think in order they look like this. Bless you. This is the Western Journey. So you had the Lewis and Clark Expedition, the Louisiana Purchase, which the Louisiana Purchase is when when we purchased like all of like Colorado, Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, the Dakotas. A lot of that western part of our land was in the Louisiana Purchase. And here's the Bison. And there's when we hit the ocean. Ocean in view, oh the joy. Lewis and Clark, 1805. So yeah, those four designs. LM's, the same autism makes me remember that. Yep, I'm on the spectrum too. Nice. I gotta find my UK pennies. I have an old one. I have like an 1896 old penny. There's an estimate. You know, our 1 cent pieces used to be bigger than a $50. people complaining about hauling around pennies when not like living back in the old days. But it wouldn't really matter because back in the old days, like in the 1840s, a penny could get you a lot more than it could do today. In fact, we literally just stopped making pennies. They don't exist no more. Like the mintage is gone, unfortunately. Hopefully we can get another war nickel. By the way, want to hear something pretty? Oh, crap. So check this out. This is a buffalo nickel. This is struck between 1913 and 1938. This is a pretty uncommon worn buffalo nickel condition because it's got its date on it. People back in the 30s, they used to chisel and carve worn down buffalo nickels, and they call them bum nickels. They were so poor back in the day because the Great Depression was horrible. They literally had to carve nickels and sell them. Here's a Western. Can't imagine being at that very end of the rope where you literally have to carve coins in order to make money. Not saying you have to, people that carve coins are poor. That's obviously not the case. Back then it was way more common to carve them when you were at the very, like, end of your rope, you know. Sometimes they call them bum nickels, but I've also heard them more commonly called hobo nickels. An estimate from 1951 in the Western. Imagine we had a whole box of war nickels, dude. I mean, each war nickel is about $1.20 in silver. Maybe $1.20 to $2 in silver by weight. I like stacking wheat pennies, but I definitely need to start stacking war nickels. They're a lot more valuable than wheat pennies, even not including that they are just simply 5 times more valuable because of denomination. 3 rules to go. Hello, other viewer. Thanks for the likes, guys. You guys are amazing. There's a Western. The heck? A Western. Darn. Please get something special. Western. Nah. We only get one war nickel today because there's so many new ones that quote unquote poisons the supply. Look at that. All these right here. Look how many 17 Denvers. These are all 17 Denvers. Look at this. More of them right here. That definitely messed me up. We got one more nickel from that, but I'm not going to mind because that's usually the rate. Like 1 to 3 is our drop rate. And as of course, this is going to go down as the years go by. The rarity of a coin always increases as the year goes by due to the mintage. This will not. There's two things that increase the mintage of or the rarity of a coin. One, that is date, the old. Now the older the coin, not necessarily available. At one time, our pre-decimal pennies were silver, and they only went over to copper pennies during the reign of King George III. Yeah, I know your pennies. Like, your country has struck pennies for a long time. Yeah, I can't find it, but I'm probably gonna. Oh man, I'm gonna go. I think I see a half cent. I see a half penny. Oh, no, hey, look, there's one. Oh my gosh. That's a big penny. 1962. How heavy is it? Dude, you guys need to kind of chill. I think their pennies are smaller. 9.5 grams? Dude, that's 3 of our smaller pennies, like the new ones. That's a big penny. Huh. 50 pence? Oh, okay. They must be, like very high mintage dates. Oh, by the way, save all the 2024 nickels are pretty rare right now. I don't know why. They must have had a low demand for them. Oof. So, do you know why we make the ones we have a bit are tiny larger than your? Yeah, I know that they shrunk the cent. We actually used to have pennies that were like literally almost 2 of our new pennies big. That happened in 1850, 1858, I believe, or 57, 1856 or 1857. When did the U.S. switch to small cents? When did the U.S. start making small pennies? 1856. I'm so close. Though. You gotta give me credit. Because I knew the old Flying Eagle cents were made in like the very late 1850s. They only struck only like less than a couple million, I think, because the striking was so bad. They couldn't strike a coin like that. So they moved to the Indian head cent from 1859 to 1909, transitioned to the wheat penny from 1909 to 58, then to the memorial cent, which is the most common coin on Earth. No coin on this planet outnumbers, like individually of design, no coin outnumbers the memorial cent. We made 500 550 billion. Let me repeat this. 550 billion. This coin I'm holding right here, this design, this run of penny has this is essentially literally like what? This makes up roughly 55%, more than half ish, of all the coins we've ever struck from 1793 to right now. The copper, nickel, flying eagles, and the early. Yep, yeah, you're right. Yeah, we couldn't make those because they were way too hard to strike. The 1859 flying eagles were really rare, with like less than 3,000 being struck, I believe. Batch name. By the way, dude, I'll search another penny box tomorrow, and after that, we'll do another nickel box. So if you like coin searches, you just came in the right place. Let's see. So let's do. I'm about to say wheat pennies, but no, we can't. Although it'd be rare to find a wheat penny in a nickel roll because wheat pennies are smaller than nickels, so that way they would be able to make their way into nickel rolls. Very rarely, though. It's an error with American coin sorting machines. This probably happens over where you live, where some smaller coins get in areas where they shouldn't be, like a smaller coin would get into a roll with or a larger coin would get in the rolls with smaller ones because of an accidental error. Buffalo nickels, we found nothing. War nickels, we found one. S-mints, we found 9 of those. Westward Journey nickels. I counted 48. Yep, we found 48 of those. Did I seriously just say we found it? You heard nothing. Fake news. You heard nothing. Anyway, just kidding. I'll be right back. I have to go to the restroom. Actually, never mind. So, guys, yeah, we have 3 war nickels from the nickel box searches so far. And honestly, one day maybe we'll get to 100. 200, 300, you never know. My goal is one day hopefully get to 1,000. Also, we found this 2009 nickel, which are pretty uncommon because 2009 nickels are a little bit, not like insanely rare, but, you know, they're very hard to find. Considering I've literally searched $200 and I've came up with these 2. They drop one every 2 boxes. And also we have a couple older ones, like from the late 30s, 1930s. So yeah, I honestly hope we can keep going and searching these boxes. Honestly, with the ending of the penny, it's going to be better that we do search nickel boxes as opposed to pennies. We're going to keep trying to do pennies, but at what rate, I don't know. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a great day. I'm going to do some homework, but great news, I have no school on Wednesday. We don't have coin rolls anymore. Plastic bags or... Huh, interesting. Anyway, I'm going to go. If you want to watch me search a coin box, tomorrow morning, which, by the way, if you don't know, I operate on... this is my time right now. I'm on the 11th hour of my day. That's my guinea pig. He's dead. Effing chat cookie. Wow. Anyway, we're gonna go. So if you want to see me, maybe before this moment of time tomorrow. I don't have any like scheduled recordings, but I'm gonna go because I have to go to the bathroom and I want to do a little bit of homework before I get here. Anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, peace out.